Hello, welcome back to another FPL video. Hope everyone is doing well. We've just finished game week 31 and today we're going to be looking ahead to game week 32 and specifically at a free hit draft. It may not be the most popular time to hit the free hit draft kind of throughout this season. However, we do have a double game week coming up for Spurs and there are plenty of teams playing this weekend or players from the teams that you may not have and have very good fixtures. The likes of Arsenal, the likes of Wolves, even West Ham. A lot of players from those teams and not many people will have, so it's a really good time to kind of take advantage of those good fixtures for the kind of differential teams and maybe play the free hit button. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you do enjoy the video, and let's go straight on into this one. So this is how the team is going to, well, this is the start of the team basically. We've gone with Son and Kane in there to start with. I just put those two in because in every single draft, these two guys should most definitely be in there. A third Spurs asset you could get for me, it's either between Lloris or it's between Lucas Moura, just because we know that Lloris is going to play week in, week out. We're going to lob him in there. He's actually, what is he, the fifth highest scoring goalkeeper so far this season. So he has been picking up some save points and some clean sheets throughout this season. So he actually doesn't look like too bad of an option. In terms of the attackers we're going to go for, I think the idea for this team would be to play a 3-4-3. When I'm doing a free hits, I like to kind of load up on the attackers, as those are the players that can really kind of send you absolutely flying, especially the differential ones. And we're going to be going here with a pure differential. The main man, Nacho, coming in at 5.9 million. His ownership will be slightly rising after this week in terms of his really good performances. So actually, he's just crept past that 10% mark. So can you consider him a differential? I do not know how for 5.9 million. And yeah, we shouldn't really be worrying too much about value, but I just think he looks like a cracking option anyway. But a guy who definitely is a differential is the main man, Lacazette, playing against Fulham, scored a brace against Sheffield. Obviously, this is if he does play. You know, Arsenal do have a fixture midweek in the Europa League, so that would definitely be something to look out for. If Lacazette plays in that, he may not actually end up playing in this game against Fulham. It is on the Sunday as well, so they will have quite a quick turnaround where other teams don't have to, or kind of wait until even next Thursday to play a game. So yeah, definitely one to look out for, but I think Lacazette could smash it if he does play. In terms of the midfielder spots, we're just going to be almost covering our bases here and putting in Fernandes. Now, there is a big debate for this weekend of whether you go for Fernandes or Salah in the free hit draft. Maybe I would definitely be tempted to go with Salah just because he scored in the last week. Bruno Fernandes only got 2 attacking returns in the past 6 games and is just also a lot more differential. And either way, you're probably not going to captain either one of them. So if Fernandes does better than Salah, it's not the end of the world. But if Salah does do better than Fernandes, it could actually send you quite far up the ranks, as the kind of effective ownership for Salah is definitely or has definitely decreased. But talking of Liverpool, I do think the likes of Diogo Jota could be a very good option for this weekend as well, playing against an Aston Villa side who have been conceding a hell of a lot of chances of late. They do have kind of a good clean sheet record, but in terms of chances conceded, they're actually at the kind of higher end of the Premier League, so I do think that Jota looks like a good option. Do be wary though of the Champions League fixture, and they do play this week against Real Madrid. You know, Jota will most likely feature in that game, so if he does feature in that game, he could get benched for this game. And I think, yeah, going forward, we're likely to see a bit of rotation in that Liverpool front three, with Jota kind of staking his claim to take maybe Mane or Bobby Firmino's place. So definitely one to be wary of, but I do think that Jota will play and could have an absolutely incredible game week. In terms of the fourth attacking spot, we're going to go with Jesse Lingard, a man that's been on an absolute fire of late, getting 3 back-to-back double-digit hauls. Now, what I will say with this team so far is that you have your kind of set out 7 attackers right now. Now, there are plenty of different options that you can go with for this weekend. You know, you can go with Jared Bowen instead of the likes of Jota, and there are a lot of players around this kind of 7 mil bracket that you can really gun for. You can go for the likes of Maddison, the likes of Bowen, even the likes of Traore from Wolves. They play against Sheffield United, so that could be a very good fixture. So if you don't like the idea that Jota could get benched, then I think someone like Bowen, someone like Traore, and someone like Maddison could come in there and absolutely smash it as like a 1 game week punt. In terms of the last midfielder spot, we're just going to be covering our bases here and just putting in the cheapest playing midfielder. Now, Smith Rowe may or may not play, but in a free hit draft, hopefully you kind of won't need him to play, and he'll definitely be the last +1 on the bench. Now I'm taking a look at the defence, and a man that I really like the look of for this week, and I'm very jealous not to own him, is Luke Shaw, playing against a Burnley side who, of late, to be fair to them, have been scoring a couple of goals, but still, Man United are actually statistically one of the better defences in the league, and I do think they'll pick up a clean sheet here. And the way Luke Shaw absolutely bombs down that wing, and I mean bombs down that wing, he can easily pick up some kind of assist or just some kind of attacking return in this game. So I really do like a Luke Shaw. And then we're going to be moving on a man who had who got a nice little haul at the weekend. I think a lot of people will be jumping on him for this week, and that is Alexander-Arnold. And obviously they do play against Leeds, who did just have that big upset against Manchester City. They went and beat them 2-1 in the last minute. However, I do think that Liverpool, can take this game to Leeds, and Leeds are defensively one of the kind of worst sides aerially, so that kind of bodes very well for Trent whipping in those balls, even to Diogo Jota, who we've seen of late actually does love to bag a header. So I definitely don't mind the combination of those two in there as well, and I think that Trent looks like a cracking option for this week. Now with the last spot, or the last actual playing defender spot, I guess, you can really get creative with this. I quite like the look personally of Semedo for Wolves. He managed to pick up a 9-pointer against Fulham, and I think against Sheffield United he could easily go and get the same kind of 3 bonus points, or even go and get himself an attacking return as well. So as a free hit option, as a differential, I definitely do like him. Obviously you do have the likes of, say, Diaz, who I think will keep a clean sheet against the likes of Aston Villa, but if we're really gunning for those kind of differentials in terms of a free hit, then I think that Semedo looks like your guy. And I guess that's what you really have to kind of consider with your team. Maybe you go Salah instead of Bruno Fernandes for the differential. Maybe you go someone like Bowen, someone like Troy, or someone like Maddison, as I have said, for the differential. But then you also do want to consider, having these guys in there. I mean, Kane and Son for me are just, you have to have them. I think Lloris is a great pick as well for the double game week, but you have to kind of have the base of your team so that if these players don't perform, then you have like a base effective ownership, so you don't drop loads in rank. But I think this is a very good week to use your free hit and really kind of attack this game, because I think the likes of Arsenal, the likes of West Ham, the likes of Wolves, even Liverpool, you can stack up on these players and get someone like Luke Shaw in there as well, who could absolutely smash it. Now in terms of the rest of the team, we're just going to be filling this in with kind of, the filler players. We're going to skip to the end here and just find the cheapest goalkeeper. Let's see if we can do that. I'm pretty sure you've got Martin there at 3.9 million. Now we've got 8 million left in the bank. However, you probably will have around about 10 million left. So what we'll probably do is lob someone maybe like Connor Cody in there, just as a just in case. Now you've got 3.2 million, but I think for most people this will probably be a little bit higher than that. I'm trying to think who else might play. I mean, you could go for Rob Holding, who actually did play last weekend against Sheffield United, so you could kind of fill that out as the last kind of defensive spot, and this team comes to the value of 101 million, so I think a lot of people will be able to afford it. It's whether if you maybe want to try and get in the likes of Fernandes and Salah, I think that's where the budget will then become kind of stretched, especially if you want to get the likes of Trent in there as well, such an expensive defender, and Lloris isn't exactly the cheapest of goalkeepers as well. But I do think that this team will line you up quite nicely for this game. If I'm looking at that team and thinking, I wish I had a free hit for this weekend. But yeah, this has been a kind of free hit draft coming in at 101 million. So I hope you have enjoyed this very kind of quick free hit draft. I just thought I'd make a little draft because I think some people may be considering kind of hitting that button ahead of what is a very nice double game week for Spurs. I think a lot of triple captains will be coming out on Harry Kane this week. But yeah, I do think that free hit team, I'm actually looking at that thinking, that looks very nice. The likes of Lacazette, Nacho is just a player that I really want to get my hands on, but unfortunately can't. But yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Comment down below if you're going to hit that free hit or just general thoughts on GameWeek 32. And if you are new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.